Hey guys, it's Simon. This is Wrestling Unlimited as it's Monday, and we're here with the Wrestling Wrap Up, a handful of news brought to you in one easy to watch video. As far as today's show does go, we do have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories to talk about. Maybe 8. Something might break, I was told, here very soon. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that. I literally was told that's kind of why, it took me almost 7 minutes to go live because I clicked go live. Then I get a message going, something may break regarding Raw tonight. So. Actually, let me just double check one last thing before we get going because there may be some changes to Raw. Give me one last second. I need to check one other thing. Let's go. Let me just do it this way. We're going to go here and to here and see if this person said anything else. Not yet. Okay. We're going to keep an eye on WWE's Twitter. But we'll see if we do find anything out. I sent a message to see if I can figure something out. But we will see if anything breaks. It may break today. I'm getting a message back. Okay, may not break today. Gotcha. But might not be for Raw. I was told there's a change to a match this week. I assume maybe tonight for Raw. But maybe that's Friday on SmackDown. So we'll see if that breaks today while we're live or not. I don't know. But what I do know is we're going to talk about a WWE Hall of Famer no longer with WWE. Clash at the Castle airing on television. A couple former WWE superstars made their AEW debut. What's going up with Nikkita, Lyons, and so much more. But with that, if you are watching live, I want to say thank you for watching right here, twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited. Also want to thank you if you're watching or listening later, whether that's youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited or on podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and they always give you one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribed right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But also remember, if you are watching on Twitch or YouTube, you can help us out over there by hitting that join button to become a channel member. As a channel member, you get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. Also, remember, you can get all of that, but more directly support us by heading over to patreon.com/PW Unlimited. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something, whether that's a new game, whether that's an old game, whether you're claiming a free game, or you're getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, Fall Guys, or even now Rumbleverse. Yes, Rumbleverse has Twitch, or not Twitch. Well, they do have Twitch integration, but they also do have Epic Store creator code integration right in their app, their game, their storefront. Use the code, Epic creator code PW Unlimited for all Epic Store and Epic Game purchases. Doesn't cost you anything extra to put in this code, whether that's on the Epic Game Store on your computer or if that is on the Fortnite, the Rocket League, or the Rumbleverse launchers on your PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Use creator code PW Unlimited to support us, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Our story number 1 does go, well, WWE superstar no longer company. According to PW Insider, they do report that WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett is no longer with WWE. According to the report, the belief is that Jarrett finished up his duties with the company back on Friday. Now, the timeline is not 100% known, but Johnson did write, quote, WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett. Goddamn PW Insider and all their damn ads. Can't even read. WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett departed his position as Senior Vice President of Live Events with World Wrestling Entertainment last week. PWInsider.com has exclusively confirmed with multiple sources. The belief among some is that he finished his official duties this past Friday, but I can't confirm that timeline. Also, in case anybody asks, with the changes from the Vince McMahon regime to the current one headed up by Nick Khan, Paul Levesque, and Stephanie McMahon, one has to wonder if there was a cause and effect here, but nothing has been confirmed as of the writing beyond that Jarrett, quote, departed WWE. So Jarrett has done, I guess you could say, a lot of different roles. Well, not a lot of different roles, but a number of different roles for WWE over the last couple of years. In 2019, they brought him in as producer. He even helped working, from there, he then helped on creative. And then he left the company, came back, and was in charge of live events. So he's done a number of different roles. He even was the referee at SummerSlam for the tag title match. So it's like Jarrett's done a number of different things. And why he left, why he's no longer with the company, and why he, quote, departed is still not known, even though this news did just break yesterday. So with Jeff Jarrett being gone, I don't know what that means for him. We'll find somebody else to plug into that role of Senior Vice President of Live Events, and they'll go forward with it. Story number 2, Clash at the Castle is going to be airing on television in the United Kingdom. BT Sports has been pushing Clash at the Castle really, really hard with airing clips from SummerSlam 1992 during a bunch of their other products. I know I watched a stream of the UFC pay-per-view this past weekend from BT Sport. I wasn't paying fucking ESPN Plus. So I found a bootleg stream, BT Sport. And I saw a clip of the Kamala Undertaker match about 5 times in 2-3 hours. They're really pushing hard. The last time WWE ran a big event here was SummerSlam 92. Now they're coming back with a big stadium show in Cardiff, Wales. And with all of that, BT Sport themselves did send out the following tweet stating, the first British WWE stadium show in 30 years will be shown live on BT Sport 2. History will be made again. Hashtag WWE Castle, SummerSlam, BT Sport WWE. So for those of you in the UK who gets BT Sport 2, you will be able to watch WWE Clash at the Castle at no extra cost to you, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool to see that they're doing that there to commemorate the 30th anniversary of SummerSlam 92 by not making you guys pay extra for Clash at the Castle. So that's really cool. Really, 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 really cool to see that they are doing that. And if you're here in America, gotta get it on Peacock. But Peacock only like $5. Peacock ain't that expensive anyways. And if you have Xfinity cable, you can get Peacock with no ads for only $5. Because it's Peacock ads $5, Peacock no ads $10. But if you have Spectrum Internet or Spectrum TV or Comcast TV, they slice that in half. Actually, they take $5 off it and say you can get with ads for free or no ads for $5. Like, just pay the $5 for the no ads. But yes, you can if you have Xfinity cable, Xfinity Internet, or Spectrum TV. You can get Peacock for free. Clash at the Castle will be coming to us on September 3rd. That's a Saturday. And if you are here in America, it's Saturday midday, I think. What is the actual start time here in America for Clash at the Castle? a good question. Look that up really fast. Clash of the Castle start time would be 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Gotcha. How much different than when they run these Saudi shows then? Those are usually like 9 o'clock for me. As we move forward to story number 3, Big E was the guest this week on Fox Sports and Ryan Satin's Out of Character podcast and gave a little update on his neck injury and recovery as Big E did the following on Out of Character. For right now, I'm cleared to live a normal life. And I do live a normal life, but I'm not cleared to be taking off and hitting suicide spears and being and B to B taking back bumps. The nature of what we do is very physical. It involves your neck and your spine, and I'd like to keep that intact as possible. Keep that as intact as possible. So for me right now, kind of my next step is they want me to take a look at it again in a year, get some more scans. So we're talking about March 2023 to see what's doing. We might also, along the way, at the 6 and 9 month mark, look at it again. But the upside is right now, I have no nerve issues, no tingling, no weakness. I've been in the gym since 2 weeks after breaking my neck. They told me, quote, as long as your neck is in a brace, as long as you stay in your brace, you're good for that. So yeah, I've been working out. I feel great. I'm just really grateful. Honestly, it feels like a bullet whizzed by my face. I felt the wind of the bullet go by my head, and I'm very grateful to still be here, to have use of my limbs, to still feel good. That's really my biggest takeaway, is just gratitude. I try to be grateful that I'm still here. I'm still kicking. So basically, Big E just reiterates what he has said in the past over the last couple of months, that really there's not going to be any update on when he can even get back to training for a return until next March. So it's not that he's saying I could possibly return next March. It's I could possibly start full training again next March. Because again, he's told you really can't be taking any bumps. You can't this, you can't that. You can be in the gym working out. Careful. But you can't really be doing a lot of the hard, strenuous stuff as far as like wrestling training does go. So we will see what else does become of this as far as Big E and his returning. Because he also stated that where is this other quote that I did have written down? Big E also talked about his injury, stating, quote, the issue right now is my C1 is not completely ossifying. It's not completely forming at the bone. It appears to be healing fibrosely, which I don't know what that word actually means. We could look it up. What does fibrosely mean? Fibrosely meaning. Fibrosely. Containing, consisting of, or resembling fibers. Not really sure what that means either. But he did state, it's healing in a way that he can still do his day-to-day stuff. He can still live a normal day-to-day life, even though the C1 is not healing exactly the way they would have hoped it to be. So again, I guess we'll see in March what's what with former WWE champion Big E. But before we do get into story number 4, I do want to talk about the sponsor of this video. That is Manscaped. Manscaped is here to support Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and they are the best in the men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Manscaped engineer team has done all the work they can to create the brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to prevent manscaping accidents, and millions of balls are about to be nick-free. Manscaping accidents are also about to be a thing of the past. Now, the cool thing about Manscaped and their trimmer is that it's got a long battery, and that you don't have to rush Whether it's you're trimming your own balls or your partner or somebody helping you trim your balls, you don't have to rush with their battery that will last up to 90 minutes on a full charge. They've also upgraded the trimmer along with the new battery to a 7,000 RPM quiet stroke motor. And let's not forget about the charging stand. Talk about that 90 minutes. Well, you can get that 90-minute charge off their very, very, very intelligent USB charging dock in about 20 minutes. You get a 90-minute charge in less than 20 minutes of charging. Trust me, I've done it myself. Now, if you're listening to this right now, we do have a code for you. It is PW Unlimited. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code PW Unlimited at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Again, get 20% off and free shipping with code PW Unlimited at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code PW Unlimited. Moving on to story number 4. We're going to talk a little AEW here as 2 former WWE superstars actually appeared this past weekend at the AEW Dark tapings and made their AEW debut. So, as is the case with AEW Dark, they filmed from Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. They're in the same building, the same soundstage that TNA used to use, that Impact used to use down there at Universal Studios. And with that, former NXT Tag Team Champion Wesley Blake, now Weston Blake, and former NXT and WWE main roster superstar No Way Jose actually made their in-ring debuts for Impact or for All Elite Wrestling this past weekend. And we don't have many details on exactly what went down here with each of these guys and whatnot and who they worked in what. I'm going to see if I can find, because this that I have written down here doesn't have actual spoilers. Give me 1 second. I think I can get those right here. Yes. Okay. So, Weston Blake lost a match to Daniel Garcia. And No Way Jose. So it says Iron Savages defeated Very Morals and Levis Venezuela, the former No Way Jose. Never heard of any of them, to be completely on Iron Savages. I don't know who Iron Savages is. I don't know who Very Morales is. And then Levis Venezuela, that's No Way Jose. So he did lose as well. Both men came in just take a loss, but they have made their AEW debuts this past weekend at the AEW Rampage tapings. Moving in to story number 5. Looks like Neil Dashwood is no longer with Impact Wrestling. So if you go on the Impact Wrestling website, I think it was Friday this was revealed and figured out. If you go on the Impact Wrestling website, Neil Dashwood's profile was taken down. When you then tried to go to it manually just by typing in, impactwrestling.com/roster/Tennille-Dashwood, it takes you to an article they had posted stating Tennille Dashwood earns women's knockouts title match against Deonna Purrazzo for Rebellion. So it's like she's gone. Done. Boom. Mike Johnson states of PW Insider that while there was no official announcement about her departure, Tennille Dashwood has exited Impact Wrestling after putting over Masa Slamovich last month on her way out. Dashwood's contract expired. Impact Wrestling sources confirmed Dashwood's exit after she was quietly removed from the company's roster page. Then, Dashwood herself actually took to Twitter and tweeted out the following here. Let me pull this up on the screen. Work. Dashwood tweeted out this image right here that just clearly states Free agent. Noun. A person who does not have any commitments that restricts their actions. A sports player who is not bound by a contract and so is eligible to join any team. So she tweets this out. Eyes emoji. Then her boyfriend, Madcap Moss, also tweets out 3 sets of eye emojis, which over the weekend has led a lot of people to thinking, could she be coming back to WWE? Maybe. Are we going to get the return of Emma? I mean, Triple H has been bringing back a lot of people. Emma was a big Triple H person back in the day in NXT as far as someone that he really liked, someone who he really backed, someone who he really trusted to do things in the ring that he didn't put other, like him and Paige, the first NXT Women's title match, because he felt they were the 2 best. And we've always heard over the years that Triple H always liked her and thought at that time she was one of the best they had going. So I wouldn't be opposed to Emma coming back to WWE, but the question is, would she come back as Emma or would she come back as Tenille Dashwood? I assume it would just be Emma. You never know. You never know. So we'll keep an eye on that one to see what she does next. She hasn't actually really said anything other than I'm a free agent. This news did just break on Friday. We don't know exactly when all this went down with her contract expiring. That is still not known. But I think that'd be a good pickup. I think she would be a great addition to WWE's women's roster, and I'd say put her on SmackDown. SmackDown needs another woman like her. I think SmackDown, Raw's got a lot of great women on their roster. They've got Bianca Belair. They got Becky Lynch. They got Rhea Ripley. They've got Asuka. They've got Alexa Bliss. So I think SmackDown could use her. I would say put Emma on SmackDown. I'd say put Emma on SmackDown. Speaking of women on SmackDown, Nikkita Lyons supposed to be on SmackDown this week as we get into story number 6. So this past Friday, we were supposed to see Nikkita Lyons and Zoe Stark in a first round women's tag title match or women's tag title tournament match. Ultimately, we were seeing of a change and they brought in Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, JCJ. Those 2 ended up winning the match, moving on to the next round. They'll take on Raquel and Aaliyah. Then there was some sort of speculation going around that, Nikkita Lyons is not at SmackDown because she's not vaccinated, and that you need to be fully vaccinated to get into Canada, and this and that, and da 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 da. And Nikkita Lyons basically took to Twitter, tried to debunk that. Nikkita Lyons. So Nikkita Lyons actually on August 19th, which was Friday, we'll go down the little timeline here, tweeted out this. Exactly 1 year ago today, I signed with WWE, moved to Orlando a month later, had some complications that I'd love to share one day. Been 9 months since I started training with the company, and I'm extremely grateful. Thank you, Triple H and WWE. You changed my life. And this person here says, please stay humble and don't complain. You know what happens to talent that complains on Twitter. Future endeavor, especially with 14 new prospects come in, plus almost a whole NXT UK roster just patent. She then says, medical complications. This person then says, if you got vaccinated, would there still be medical complications? Where she then tweeted out, yes, it didn't have anything to do with the vaccine. One day I may do a live on IG or something and share. I hope you have a blessed night. So she is trying to say. Now, this can be construed a couple of different ways. Maybe she's trying to say that me not going to SmackDown has nothing to do with not being vaccinated. But I also think that this has to do with her just saying the complications she had over the last year, the medical complications, has nothing to do with COVID. So this could be something, this could be nothing, but I wanted just to bring it up really quickly because a lot of people are messaging me about this, asking me about this, and all I wanted to say is we don't know if this is her saying, how do I explain this? We don't know if her saying that her complications that had nothing to do with getting vaccinated or being vaccinated or not being vaccinated or not led to her being pulled from SmackDown and not being on SmackDown. Because the reasoning WWE gave was that Zoe Stark was injured. Now, people saying, oh, well, she wasn't vaccinated, so she couldn't go to SmackDown. People are saying that, but not with any real merit behind it. Not with any actual sourcing. Not with being able to confirm that she's not vaccinated. So for people to just go out there and go, oh, she's dumb for not being vaccinated. Can you prove she's not vaccinated? Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But I hate when people make baseless claims. And I got a message today that said, oh yeah, she would have been on SmackDown if she wasn't a non-vaccinated scum. Don't call her a scum if you can't. Because my thing was, can you prove she's not vaccinated? And then they started going off on something else. I'm like, no. Answer my question. You can't, can you? Whether she is or isn't is beside the point. Start now calling her names. That's just ridiculous. And yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because people are dragging her on the vaccination stuff, and I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right anyways. I mean, for all we know, maybe she can't get vaccinated. I know people personally that if they were to get the vaccine, could die. So the vaccine doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody can get the vaccine. And I don't want to go into any more details on that because that's not my story to tell, not my medical issues and this and that. And yeah, it's somebody you probably will never know or hear about, people watching this podcast or listening right now, but it's not my story to tell. But all I will say is I have two friends, both of them, actually brothers, not twins. You would think, oh, twins, they got the same medical issue. No, they're brothers, 5 year apart, but they both have the same medical issue. And they've got something that I'm, again, not going to talk about that they were told because they were like, oh, we need to get vaccinated when the whole pandemic started. And they went to their doctor and they were like, because like certain different vaccines, like they could never get the flu shot either. So they went to their doctor and said, can we get this vaccine? Can we get the COVID vaccine? Their doctor's like, oh, no. No. So maybe, and I don't know, maybe she can't get the vaccine and that's why she's not vaccinated. If that's the case, I don't know if she is, I don't know if she isn't, but some people just can't get it. And so to drag people without knowing the full story really upsets me a lot of times. Because when that person messaged me and said, that unvaccinated scum, you don't know. You don't know her story. You don't know her medical issues. You don't know her medical background, her medical history. So don't go out there and call people names for doing something that you feel is wrong or not doing something and you feel that is wrong without knowing the full story. And I'm not saying that there is something else here that is prohibiting her from getting vaccinated. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that there could be a possibility. Now, going into story number 7, I'm going to say right here, story number 7 has possible spoilers for tonight's Monday Night Raw. As far as tonight's Monday Night Raw does go, we do have 2 possible spoilers pertaining to the show. The first coming from Mike Johnson of PWU Insider, as Johnson states that Beth Phoenix, the real-life wife of Edge, is currently backstage in Toronto. Now, I like Beth being there because you've got Edge taking on Damian Priest tonight. Well, what if Rhea Ripley tries to get involved? Well, Beth comes out and stops her. Or maybe Beth just comes to the ring with Edge at the start of the match. But I really like that. I really like Beth being there to possibly, and we don't know why Beth is there. We don't even know if Beth is going to appear on the show. I don't think Beth would travel up there and be backstage. Well, it could just be visiting Edge's family. I don't know. But I think Beth could be there to combatant Rhea Ripley. As far as the second spoiler does go, let me pull that up. That is coming from Fightful. Fightful does state, quote, Fightful learned that as of Sunday evening, several extras had been put in place for an angle on Raw that would feature riot police. Those that we spoke to believe that this has something to do with Dexter Lumis, quote, invading WWE Raw, with the angle being that the police were to keep him out. So with that, looks like there's going to be a possible Riot Police segment tonight on Monday Night Raw with Dexter Lumis trying to maybe once again jump the barricade, try to infiltrate the show, try to get in. We don't know what's going on with this Dexter Lumis angle, but they need a bunch of cops to keep him out. With that, guys, that's everything we do have today for the wrestling wrap up. That is gonna, wrap up the wrap up. Of course, tonight's Monday Night Raw does go, and what we do know officially announced, Trish Stratus will be on the show. We got a women's tag team title match, or tag team title tournament match, as Asuka Bliss and Alexa, or Asuka, did I say Asuka Bliss? I'm fucking out of it. Alexa Bliss and Asuka take on Dakota Kai and Io Sky. The winners of this match will then move on to the finals, and finally, Edge will be taking on Damian Priest. So with that, that's everything we got for you today. We'll be back live tonight, for Monday Night Raw on the USA Network. With that, have a great Monday. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys.